Hello and welcome to Wildin Out, your THL Wild podcast or show, whatever you want to call it. It's me, Mike V, and I am joined by co-host NHL NJ Fan One and memnarch, and our guest for this week, justamom. So, how's everybody doing? How's your week?
I'm good.
NHL?
Good
Yeah.
so far.
Good
Pretty
so
good as
far?
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. I think I caught 400 Pokemon in Pokemon Go. I could turn this into a Pokemon Go podcast myself.
Nice.
But not something I'm gonna do. Yeah. So you guys want to start with host X?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
All right, I guess I can start first. I haven't really played much Wild as of this last week, but the few games I did get, I played Togwaggle Druid. Now, I know Druid isn't in a good spot. Like, I really like the archetype, personally. So I felt, hey, let's just pretend Quest Mage doesn't exist at the end of the month and jam a few games of this. And somehow in like the 6 or 7 games I got in, I didn't face them. So it was nice. Oh, I think we lost Mike. So our windows might look a little weird. Based on how we start it, it's usually set up with everyone being here in mind. But Mike has been having a few issues with his Wi-Fi today. So if there's any visual glitches, don't worry. We'll try to get them fixed as soon as possible. So who wants to discuss what else they've been playing next?
I've been playing generally it's like a budget Demon Hunter. It's not odd Demon Hunter because
Let's see. I can.
that requires a little
Yeah,
bit
it's practically cheating.
more dust for me. You're right, it is practically cheating.
Ooh, I don't think
So instead I don't run Baku. Instead I run just every single thing, and I kind of basically I kind of counter Reno decks somewhat with Bad Luck Albatross.
This is.
Yeah.
My mistake. I'm sorry. I think I missed your deck. But for viewers at home, it involved a pretty basic aggro demon hunter shell, right, with Bad Luck Albatross, and then a few other wild inclusions as well.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Beaming Sidekick and Hench Clan Thug, things like that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I know I had it here somewhere. It's just not appearing. Thanks.
I mean,
Thanks, Windows.
Standard started running Beaming Sidekick now, too. Like, it's crossed over. Like, we did it first and better. And now they're copying us.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Who wants to discuss next?
I can go. I've been playing a bit of... I had 1,000 Warrior Wind, so I decided I need to get my next 1,000 deck. So I decided to make this odd Demon Hunter list. I really think I should cut the Priestesses. Like, it's just too heavy for this meta. Like, you don't... I mean, but they're really good. That's the thing. Like, if you can actually play them, they win the game on the spot almost.
Yeah, they kind of solo aggro at that point, don't they?
Yeah. They have to... The initial hit with the end of turn ability wipes the board, or usually wipes the board because nothing can really stick against Demon Hunter, because 1 mana deal 2 is just that good. Like, it's kind of ridiculous just how much control that gives over the board.
Can I ask? How is Blowtorch Saboteur? Just because I wasn't running it.
Wins the mirror.
Wins the mirror. Okay.
Yeah. It's really it's decent against Reno Priests. Like, if they Raza ever, and you play this, they're just so sad. Like, they can't really hero power for the rest of the game because everything in their deck is heavy, or what they want to play is kind of heavy. Like, they have a lot of 5-drops, 3-drops, and all their clears cost up 5 or more, so they can never really hero power easily.
Yeah, it's true.
And against Odd Paladin, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
oh man, like I had this game on turn 4 where I played Blowtorch, Saboteur, and Mana Burn, and they were sitting there at 4 mana with a 3 mana hero power, or 2 mana with a 3 mana hero power. They basically had to hard pass the turn, like won me the game on the spot. Like it's like surprisingly really good. Like against even Shaman 2, it just wrecks them. Dude, so it's like you already beat them, but this like so thoroughly wrecks them, it's not even close. Like it's just a blowout after that.
Wow. I'll have to start running it.
Yeah, I mean the other option is the freezes, the 4 mana or the 3 mana 4/3 freeze to your face. That's also
Yeah.
really good in Dimir.
I believe that's what I'm running instead.
That's
Yeah,
what standard runs now.
Yeah, I mean it's just that this can last, but the Blowtorch has better stats. The 4 health is much better than the 3/4 split is the 3/4 is much better on Blowtorch than it is on the 4/3 on the frozen person.
Shadow Weaver?
Yeah, Shadow Weaver. Why is it called Shadow Weaver when it freezes? It's something
Blizzard has such
I'll
weird
never
naming sometimes.
I'll never get that.
Yeah.
Well, in the shadows, it can get kind of cold.
That is true. It is
Yeah.
rather chilly without sunlight.
I mean, at least it's not as blatant as Stormhammer in Hunter.
There's nothing
Oof.
storm. There's nothing storm about that.
I thought it was shamans that use hammers, not hunters.
I was gonna say, isn't
Yeah.
that a shaman card?
It is. No, it's okay. So
It's the green shaman.
Blizzard likes using WoW references. They just don't know how to use them. So that Stormhammer really feels like power. Like that really feels like a shaman card.
Oh, of
Like-
course, it should be. I mean, but it's
Yeah.
bizarre. It's just, yeah.
I guess they didn't have enough weapon art, and they had to use a shaman one for a hunter one.
Yeah.
Like it was probably something like that.
Yeah. All right. I
Mike,
guess
you
I'll
got
go
a deck
next.
too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I have even Warlock, or even Lock, as I should say. I actually brought this week and it got banned. But this is one of my favorite decks of all time. I used to love this in Standard. It's a little different now with some of the newer cards with Evasive Worm, Faceless Shambler, and obviously you can use some of the older cards, Molten Giant and Dark Bomb, and so it is different than its previous standard counterpart. And I forgot Abyssal Summoner too, but it's just this deck just feels so good to play. I've been playing it on ladder now. I really didn't get a chance to play too much today, but I was only playing even lock, and it's just so fun to just drop a Mountain Giant on turn 3 or turn 4, to just drop 7/7s, 8/8s, all just after each other, copy them with Faceless Shambler, and it's the only deck where you're just putting in damage to yourself, like on purpose, just over and over and over. I've been meaning to try, I believe it was Beryllium's Reno even lock, because I find that fascinating. I still have to do that, but this is just such a fun deck for me, and it's one of my personal favorites, like I said. So this is always in my roster. Once I have to clear out my
It's
decks.
always
for
in your
Legacy.
roster, you say?
What'd you say? Hey, when I clear out my decks for Legacy or Hero, this is one of the first decks that always goes back into my my deck lists. I always copy and paste it back in, because when I get tilted, I always go back and just play some even lock just to chill out. So yeah,
Yeah, and
that's what I got.
where aggro and control dominates. It's nice to see something mid-range kind of break through
Yeah.
sometimes. So
I mean, I played this in Solemn's tournament, and it was like an all-star.
Yeah,
Like
you were saying that.
Like this isn't the deck that I should have. If I would have brought Luna's Pocket Galaxy Mage instead of the Reno Mage I brought, I think I would have done much better, or would have done much better. But yeah, it was not even locked that helped. Like this deck was surprisingly good. Like it just wrecks other Warlock decks, which is something really when you can go into the mirror, like the class mirror, winning it, like having an advantage like that. It's so nice. It's just that it's so weak to mage.
Yeah,
priest.
it's tough.
But against Odd Demon Hunter, I also really liked it because since Odd Demon Hunter deals so much damage so quickly, it gets your Molten Giants online, and then you can play 2 of them and taunt them up, and they're just super sad.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
getting past 2 taunts.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, you guys want to move on to meta updates?
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to cover that?
I mean, I can. From what I've been seeing, Odd Demon Hunter has probably the 4th most played deck, or the 4th strongest right now, behind Pirate Warrior, Reno Priest, and Quest Mage. Luna's Pocket Galaxy Mage has also been played a lot where I am, like a lot of it. Like that was one of the most strangest things because I was playing against Mage, and it's usually secret or quest. So if they're not quest, I usually assume secret. But now I have to assume if they're not quest or Luna's Pocket Galaxy because it completely eclipsed the other archetypes. Like Luna's Pocket Galaxy Mage has actually climbed so high that it's probably the most common Mage deck I've been playing against.
That's a
right now.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy to hear. I understand the Odd Demon Hunter because it was the end of the season, and I figured, Odd Demon Hunter, people are trying to climb, they're trying to get those quick wins in, but Luna Pocket Galaxy, that's a slower burn. So it is interesting to hear that that's become the more popular Mage variant.
Yeah, I don't think it's been at the top since 5-mana Pocket Galaxy nerf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hello,
the
AR Tubby.
the nerf it
Okay, so in Hearthstone right now, I've noticed this trend where any deck that wants to play to our late game needs to have some sort of insane late game tempo play, like Gul'dan levels. And so Luna's Pocket Galaxy with Luna does that. It plays out your entire deck filled with like impactful threats. Like it's not just like some random demons that have taunt. It's like proactive. Like you got a Caligos in there. You got a some others like Dragon Queen Alex. We got Lotheb to cover it, and then we got Zephyrs to finish it out.
Yeah.
Like the sheer amount of tempo you get from being like, Luna's Pocket Galaxy would be almost balanced if you didn't draw cards with it. But since you can draw like 10 cards after you play it, like the turn of, because Luna's that stupid, and so is Book of Specters, you have the best tempo in the entire game coming down on turn 8.
Yeah.
And I can't really understate that. Like, this deck will be around in Wild probably forever.
Yes, it will.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned Luna's Pocket Galaxy Mage because I know EK Designer, or EK for short, he's a Wild player for those that don't know him. He hit Legend on the last day as well with Pocket Galaxy Mage, but he kind of went with a lower curve, surprisingly.
Oh, yeah.
And it goes to show how busted Luna's Pocket Galaxy is, that it doesn't really matter how high your curve is. As long as you get to that Pocket Galaxy turn, you can just overrun anyone.
1 mana 4 drops. Still good. And I was with EK in the call. Like, I was giving him moral support.
Yeah,
among
I think
other
he
things.
said he had 2 losses between rank 5 Diamond and Legend.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, I witnessed this. I actually I was in the call with him. Like, I was complaining about how bad his opponents were.
Yeah, the deck is legit, and really you don't have to go with the whole 20 legendary lists. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the legendaries, they're nice to have, but you don't need them. Anything high cost, really, that has more impact the turn it's played. Whether it be value impact or just stats impact, it's good.
Yeah.
It's just good.
Yeah.
I might have to make a budget version of Pocket Galaxy then. Sounds very,
I mean, I opened a Golden Pocket Galaxy after the nerfs. I was so mad, but I get to use it now, so I'm happy. So it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, deck is busted.
Yeah.
Right on ladder.
It's actually busted. Like, it's it's one of those, like, I can't really describe it. There's nothing like it. It's just broken.
Just unfair.
Yeah.
It's broken.
So.
All right. Well, do you guys want to move on to the Week 5 recap?
Yeah, let's start with Brown Conference.
Yeah, start Brown Conference.
All right. First up, we have Gonna Be Rich versus Sea of Cheese.
Let's start with our guest. This is your match, anyways. So,
Yeah.
Mom, how about you start?
Um. So with this team gonna be rich, they are just all their players seem to be incredible. Um, Sage, even when we were talking after he won, we were like, he even said he was extremely surprised that he was able to beat Beryllium. Um, and I don't know. I just last week I was kind of cocky. I feel I didn't bring enough consistency. Blase. I don't know. It's not like he took advantage of that. It's just like he's that good of a player that he's able to recognize, I guess, the weaknesses that I have to just. I don't really know how to explain it. He's just incredible. And then also, obviously, he sweeped me. I tried to get through his secret mage with my own kind of odd type of secret mage. It's
It's a
I don't
Reno
know how to
list,
describe
right?
it. Yeah, it's a Reno list. And then Siege went 3-1. He did obviously better than me.
Yeah. Do you know what he got
uh,
with the win with?
I do not.
Because we do have a deck to feature that he did bring.
Did you bring out Druid again?
No, he didn't. I don't think.
Uh,
But he brought Secret Kingsbane Rogue,
oh my God. This is amazing.
the Madman.
Hmm.
We have
That's a bold strategy.
yeah.
And
This is
his
like
Doomerang.
this is like a super weird way of going Milbane. Instead of relying on Nazoth for anti-aggro, he went with Secrets. And like it was working in standard for a bit, so there's no surprise there. He also has a small pyro package to fight for board in the early game, Unleashing Poison for life gain, and of course the Cold Light Oracles and Gang Ups to mill those pesky Reno priests and refill his hand.
I have a lot of respect, honestly, for the innovation. You know, like a lot of people are just net decking. I'm net decking, and he's creating his own decks, and I don't have the gall to bring something like this because it's creative, and I just don't know how it would work out. So I can't. I don't have the courage to bring it, and he does. So I hope this is the deck that got the win.
Yeah.
Um,
I do want
you
to point out
know,
the nuts I just realized. So he's got
it's
Togwaggle, Scheme, and Gang Up in there, along with Patches. And what he could do
wow.
is he could scheme or gang up the Patches to get even more free 1/1s.
I did
Yeah,
not even think of that. That's actually insane.
That is big brain moves right there.
I mean,
I might
I
have to
usually
start
scheme
running.
the cold lights, right?
Yeah, that's what you would
True.
usually do,
True,
but
but
it's a
like,
backup option.
Against aggro, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
against aggro, you're gonna want to get on board as much as possible. And
I never thought about it that way, but I think I might have to start running Togwaggle Scheme in my Pirate Rogues.
yeah, it's a fun little meme. Sorry.
You don't have to do that.
No, but it'd be fun.
Siege
I feel.
Siege does say he just likes to have fun with his decks, and he brings whatever he's feeling. So you have
Yeah,
fun with
yeah,
it.
he does.
So
Um, so also, I know for a fact from experience, Blase is an incredibly nice guy. He helped me a little bit after the match, so just shout outs to him, I guess. It's real nice. He gave me some tips and pointers.
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and I saw that Beryllium did bring his even lock, Reno even lock, and he brought an interesting warrior deck too. It was a control warrior, but it was interesting. He continues with his innovation, and he I mean he didn't win this week, but you know I have respect with him for him too with what he brings. he's just not just bringing Reno Priest Secret Mage, or he might have brought Secret Mage, but Reno Priest. It's the same decks over and over again. That he's bringing innovative decks week in and week out. So I got a lot of respect for that.
To confirm, he brought Secret Mage,
Yeah,
Reno Hunter, Odd Warrior, and his Reno Evenlock.
Yeah, Reno Evenlock, and the Warrior was Odd Warrior, but there were some different card choices, I believe.
It was super anti-aggro.
Yeah.
He was all in on going against aggro.
Yeah.
So, didn't work this week, but who knows? Still a very formidable player. All right, you guys want to move on to the next week then? Or the next matchup?
Yeah.
All right.
Memnarch, how about you cover this?
We have Wild THL Fanatics versus Born to Be Wild.
Okay. So it looks like Craig lost. He is now 4-1.
Craig, if you're watching and listening, what happened?
So he ripped the 5-0 dream. Mike Lowe also won, beat Danny Donuts, and Electric Sheep City lost. So wait, so did Born to Be Wild lost? They lost this. They were the former number. They were probably still number 1 seed, but they lost to Wild THL Fanatics.
So NHL picked right. Craig Canada was our guest last week.
Mm-hmm.
He was definitely bragging about that, going on 5-0.
Yeah.
Craig, like he said, if you're watching, what happened, man? What happened? And I picked against Dr. Bomb, my own teammate. I picked Craig. I
never picked against my own teammate. That's just a misplay.
But we all picked Electric Sheep City to win, so that was definitely an upset.
Mm-hmm.
I did pick Mike Lowe, and everyone else picked Danny Donuts. But this was probably one of the matches of the week, because this was these are two great teams.
They were top 2, right? Born to Be Wild number 1, Wild Citadel number 2.
Yeah, I think we had one more team at the top. I forget which one.
I think for this conference, it was these are 2 and 3 seeds, and then gonna be Rich is at the top.
Yeah, gonna be Rich. Yep, exactly.
Okay.
I wish I would pay attention.
We're all just
yeah,
waiting.
I feel like it was a safe bet on your end to go for Mike Lowe in your prediction last week. I've only played 1 match against him, and it was a friendly match. But even in that 1 match, it's you can tell you can tell how good he is. No offense to Danny Donuts, but like I don't know. I think
Danny Donuts is nasty too.
Yeah,
believe me.
Craig has said that Danny Donuts is probably the best player on that team. He's just been very unlucky.
I mean, I played Mike Lowe, and Mike Lowe is great. I'm playing him this week. Me and Mike Lowe had a fantastic series, and I think it was Legacy, and it came down to literally the last turn. We both had lethal, and it happened to be his turn, so he won. But I'm excited to play him this week. But Danny Donuts is a fantastic player too. So that was a really highly decisive match. It was hard for us to pick. Like I said, it was 2 people picked Danny Donuts. I picked Mike Lowe, but I could have easily picked Danny Donuts. I had a hard time picking that one. So, yeah.
So one of the surprising things is that Electric Sheep City versus Nate Wolf matchup. Nate was able to take it 3-2, but what's notable about it is the fact that Electric Sheep City went with an anti-Reno Priest lineup, which is what Nate Wolf actually brought. Okay, so Electric Sheep City went with Galakron Warrior, or Galakron Bomb Warrior, really, Mechathoon Priest, Mechathoon Warlock, and then this Mechathoon Rogue.
Another rogue.
Yeah, another rogue, and it's not the normal kind either.
Wow, Tentacles in Azoth, Zombie Chow, Serrated Tooth.
Yeah, this is a Roll the Bones Mechathoon Rogue.
I mean, it's a Hemet deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is awesome.
The combo, for those who don't see it, is Anka, Umbra, The next turn you can do this all in one turn, right? Anka,
No.
Umbra.
You would
Yeah,
play
because
Anka
Mecha'thun costs 1.
first. You would play Anka first, I
Yeah,
believe.
but that's
and
10
then
mana when
the
you play
next turn
Mecha'thun.
after.
No,
Like-
Mecha'thun's 1 mana because of Anka.
No, total.
Right, but you
so
would
like
need-
Anka, Spirit Singer, Umbra, and then Mecha'thun is 10 mana.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
you're
have
right.
to Anka the first turn, and then the second turn, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
And that would be Umbra,
Mm-hmm.
Mecha'thun, and then a Death Rattle to kill your board, right?
With Ticking Abomination, yep.
Yeah.
This deck just seems incredibly fun to play, I guess. Because
Oh yeah.
He has so many death rattles in there. And roll the bones. If you just high roll it, I would assume you just steamroll your opponent once you get to 6 mana.
Yeah, we were
I
doing
worry.
the odds, and you have Hemet quite often by turn 6.
Yeah.
And this is a 7 mana OTK list, right? You can go off on 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm technically turn 8 because you need because it's 6 Hemet, 7 Anka, 8 OTK. So this
I
is
mean, as long as you had the combo pieces in hand first, you could play Anka first.
that's true,
like-
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, Anka, Hemet, OTK.
My luck, I'd roll the bones and I'd end up burning Mecha'thun. You know.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that is a risk because there's a
Yeah, it
crit.
is. There's a lot of death rattles in there that it is a
There's
risk, but it's.
Wait, how many
it's-
death rattles are there? I'm counting
I think we
Every
counted.
single card except for Umbra and Roll the Bones is a death rattle.
They were like 20 or so.
I think it was 20 something. Yeah, there's.
Yeah.
There's
So once you start
26.
once you start
27,
going,
25.
yeah, you better hope you have Ticking Abomination.
No, Roll the Bones is a Hemet then, effectively.
Yeah. So you better
'Cause
hope you have Mecha'thun in hand already.
Yeah.
I didn't know this about Roll the Bones. It says if it has Death Rattle, cast this again. So it
Yeah.
works with Serrated Tooth. I thought it only worked on minions.
Well, that's what I'm
That's-
talking about. Yeah.
Right, but Serrated Tooth is a weapon. I thought that Roll the Bones only worked on minions. Since Tooth has a
yeah.
Death Rattle, it'll cast again. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of it's kind of all in on the beat up the slow deck. So really unique strategy from Electric Sheep City.
Yeah, I think this would be fun to play. I might actually put this together and play it myself.
Yeah, full Mecha'thun lineup. Yeah, that's actually what it was because or no, it was close. It was 2 Mecha'thuns and the Warrior, since Nate Wolf went with the Warlock ban. Anyways, you guys want to move on to the third matchup?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take this one. This is my team here. Waygate to Hell versus At Least We Have Chicken. So, At Least We Have Chicken is pulled off a second win in a row. Finally, we have Shadow Ranger winning 3-0 over Reverb. All 3 of us picked Reverb to win over my teammate, including me.
Oh, ye of little faith.
Yeah, Shia won over Ron Mexico 3-1, and that was a really tough. Ron Mexico even said that was she was an amazing player, and that was a tough matchup. And I won over Nightwing 3-2, and that was a really good match. I ended up reverse sweeping Pirate Warrior. He had me 2-0, and I didn't think I could reverse sweep Pirate Warrior, but I did. He banned my Even Warlock. I banned his I believe it was Secret Mage, and he blew through those first two matches so quick, and I stuck with it. I just didn't give up, and
Yeah,
But-
well done.
I'm happy to have us turning around a little bit, because we had a really rough first 3 weeks, and here we are, 2 wins in a row, and we're going into this next week, with a really tough opponent, Wild THL Fanatics, and we're just gonna try our best. We're gonna keep playing the way we've been playing. So
Yeah,
I'm
good luck.
excited.
So
Yeah,
we've been talking
good.
about Shia a bit. I think it's fair that we share one of his more unique builds. Let's look at his Jade Druid. He runs Glowfly Swarm as a way to pressure,
Huh?
as well as the
I mean,
Oaken Summons package, Ysera Unleash, and Yogg on the top end.
the Glowfly
Okay.
Swarm is actually not terrible, or it's actually decent because like J-Druid has this massive hole mid game. Like after turn 4 to turn 8, usually they kind of just were relying on Plague, and there's only 2 Plagues. They're kind of relying on Malfurion too. So there's 3 cards that makes them actually have a turn, actually have a play, really. And without those 3 cards, they're doing nothing.
Yeah, it's a super dirtle deck during those
Yeah,
times. You're
yeah.
left
So the
praying
Glowfly Swarm evens out that Dirtle. So it's probably pretty smart to add that. Like,
Yeah,
also
I think
threatens
that's
lethal with branching paths, or it could, because chances are you're going to have a lot of spells in hand, and the threat from branching is huge.
Yeah.
actually fascinating.
This reminds me of the Soul to Forest spreading play. Like, remember 2 years ago in Standard, there was this token druid list that
Yeah.
ran the Annoyatron's Soul to Forest, Branching Plague, and the object of it was to set up a Plague with Soul to Forest turn, and then since your opponent starts clearing, and then you go in with like Savage Wars and Branching and just kill them.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like
That
that sure reminds me of
numerous
this.
list.
I
Yeah,
played that a lot.
that list had
Like
so much burst.
I remember getting top 50 Legend with it in Standard. Like I think that was the time I got. I definitely was top 100 with it. I wasn't sure if I finished top 50.
Yeah, it was just a
Oh.
very gross list. I
Like it
remember.
was really good. Like Malagos Druid was probably better, but this had the advantage of actually pressuring without Malagos, and it like in the mirror people just assumed you're Malagos too. So I really liked that list because of that. It was a surprise factor.
Yeah, and this also gives that surprise
Mm-hmm.
factor and pressure too.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So something to look into over the coming weeks.
yeah,
Concerns of attack.
Yeah.
All right, you guys want to
yeah.
cover
Let's move
Detroit
on.
versus Sea of Cheese?
Yeah, NHL. Would you like to cover this?
Sure. So we have Explosive Sheep, who haven't been doing well at all in their conference. Really, finally pulling off the win.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Neji Boston is still on fire, 4-1. Good on him. Volkai also secured his first win of THL against MTG Squirrel. There's a few lists that we should probably talk about in this series. Mad at Arms brought a really strange lineup, and it probably had to do with. Well, it probably led to Neji Boston doing well, but it's still worth talking about. Do you guys want to look at that?
Yeah.
All right, so 3 of his decks were really unique. And here they are. We have Secret Death Rattle Rogue, Keleseth Spiteful Demon Hunter, and straight up Libram Midrange Paladin.
Wow. There's a lot of
That's
innovation.
Yeah,
It's a lot of experimentation, actually.
Yeah.
The Spiteful Demon Hunter sounds interesting.
there's a lot to take in here. Which
Yeah,
deck do you guys want to
there's-
start with first?
Let's just start from the left here. Secret Death Rattle Rogue. So we've got Terran Gornfiend in here. You got Cobalt Illusionist, Spirit Singer Umbra, and Alka, along with Cubes and the Zoth. So I mean, you got a lot of possibilities here. And he also has a small secret package with Hanar and Dirty Tricks. But you can treat out a lot of stuff with Illusionist and Anka, and
It looks like
yeah,
you're mostly aiming for Sylvanas and Scrapyard Colossus, and you're not too sad when you pull Kartuts.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
You want to
then,
cube those Colossuses.
yeah. And then you have the secret package for early game anti-aggro, really. as well as unstable ghouls to control any token stuff. And then when you really want to go off, you have Tehran Gorfin, like you said, to make a big board, and N'Zoth at the top end.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I
So,
think this is fascinating.
yeah, I'm not sure what this would target in a current meta.
That's a good question. That's a fantastic question. I don't know. I don't know what the plan was. I don't know what Neji Boston's previous lineups look like off the top of my head. So I don't know what he was targeting, or I don't know if he just,
I think he just
you
hates
know.
Druid.
Yeah.
You're right. Everyone seems to have like this hatred towards Druid. It's really sad.
Yeah,
But
maybe
I,
that's it.
I don't
I don't
think
know.
anyone brought
It
Druid
seems
in this.
for me at the very least, it changes depending on what I'm playing. So like in standard, yeah, druid kind of mad, but in wild, everything's viable. I feel.
Yeah, you have a point. So, all right,
Yeah.
second
Um,
deck we have is the Keleseth Spiteful Demon Hunter.
so this demon hunter, I find it extremely interesting. Why he run like why does he run Keleseth? I get that it'll have the high roll value, um, of when you draw it, but without I feel like without too many consistent. I don't know. I feel like he's sacrificing consistency for the high roll value.
With
But overall,
Keleseth?
this, yeah, with
Also,
Kel's.
I feel like you can need patches with Kael'thas or Kel'Seth, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
like the,
that's something to consider.
that's
I
one
mean,
of the
there's
main
not a
problems.
lot of two drops with Demon Hunter. I mean, your only thing you're really sacrificing is the odd Baku value.
That's actually pretty big.
Yeah,
No, I know that's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying that's what you're sacrificing
I do think this is
for
a pretty high
Kelso.
curve too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Inner demon, but that's what it has to with spiteful.
I mean, you could just run more one drops. Is
yeah,
five
that
one
would
drops
work.
with one being a pseudo one drop enough?
For an aggro deck,
I don't think so.
no. You need
Yeah,
at least 6, right? Like
Is
maybe
this an
more.
aggro deck?
I don't think it's an aggro deck at all, but I don't
Yeah,
think this
Aaron.
is like
Leroy, right?
I don't think this is low enough for a mid range deck either.
Yeah, I don't.
It
His
tops out at
Raspite.
6.
It has Raspite Brute in it, a Raspite Brute in it. I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
if
you
yeah.
it's
He
just
a.
seems to be taking elements from a lot of different types of decks.
I feel like this is mid range.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, it has to be.
yeah, but that early game is really lacking, even for a mid range
Yeah.
deck.
I also think that it's pretty interesting that he's running Happy Ghoul. Besides it obviously being interesting in general, the deck list itself. I think it's cool that he's running Happy Ghoul and then Eldrachi Warblades to help him get that Happy Ghoul down for 0.
He has the
Where
life drinker for it too.
oh, I didn't even see the Life Drinker. You're right. Um, I'm I don't know how I feel specifically about Eldrachi Warblades specifically.
I feel like
Uh,
Warblades are the best of bad options.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
You're
best
never
of
happy
bad.
with it, but you hate everything else more.
yep.
I feel like maybe Eyebeam could be replaced with Eldrachi
you
Warblades.
can't though because it's spiteful.
You're right. You're right. That would
Yeah,
increase the
you're
chances
limiting
of low
yourself a
rolling.
lot.
Yeah, yeah. Dang.
So
All right then. Yeah, Eldrachi is kind of one of your few options then, isn't it?
yeah, it works well in Odd Demon Hunter because you can get a 4 attack weapon,
Yeah.
but just getting a 3/2 on 4,
I
even though it
mean,
has lifesteal, I don't know.
you get a 3/2 on 4, plus if you have Happy Ghoul in hand, it's a bonus body.
Yeah, it's very iffy to me, I think, but I appreciate the innovation.
Yeah, it's definitely innovative. Pretty interesting.
Yeah. Then we have the Libram Paladin.
Yeah, echoing ooze.
Libram Paladin's something though. Like, this deck is so close to being actually good. Just that
Darkbane. Go ahead.
it lacks so much for this meta. Like, it just feels out of place. Like you're playing like a relic of a deck, even though it's brand new.
Yeah, this looks very much like a fair mid-range deck to me.
Yeah, that's what it is, and it can't really deal with anything. Like, think about like what's going on in this meta right now. Like, this probably has a shot against Odd Demon Hunter just because it's like they're both like mid-range decks, really, or not mid-range, but it's a mid-range into aggro. So you got the control tools or the control-ish tools you need to survive against it. But against Reno Priest, like, what are you doing? Against Quest Mage, how are you pressuring or how are you setting things up? Like, this has no like. It's just lacks speed, in my opinion, to fight the very best decks in the meta. Like, you queuing this into Pirate Warrior, I think you're happy, but not because you can beat Pirate Warrior. It's just because you have muster for battle. You have just can go wide really quickly. Like, it just feels like there's this hole. Like, it just
Nothing sticks out to me as broken that can happen reliably.
Yeah.
You have the dream combo of Itis Darkbane with 10 Librams of Wisdom from like Linessa or Liadrin. But even that against a full board isn't guaranteed to either clear or kill your opponent.
Yeah.
And that feels like something that's going to be really slow considering there's not a ton of draw in this list. Like, you have Crystology and you have Hand of a Doll, but like, oh, you also have Acolyte of Pain. So you have a few draw options, but is that enough?
Yeah, well, for a normal mid-range list, you only need like a couple of ones. Like, I could maybe fit Hand of a Doll in here, but you'd have to probably cut Replicatron.
They are running Hand of a Doll.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
I feel like they could...
Oh, yeah, they got 2 hands. They got, let's see, 2 Crystologies, 2 hands, 1 Acolyte.
I feel like they could maybe remove 1 Crystology and 2 Oozes, and then just put in more draw in general. They're also surprisingly missing a... What? I'm sorry.
I think you want the double Crystology personally. That's your best draw in Paladin.
Yeah, right. It's a 1 mana draw 2.
But it's drawing, what, an Alkalite and an Ooze? That's just about it.
It's
Ooze,
drawing Aldor Attendants.
I did not see the... Yeah, I forgot to look at
Aldors. And Linessa.
Yeah, that's kind of busted.
Yeah, never mind.
I get the Oozes there for, like, Librams.
Yeah, it's there for hopefully trying to get the dream.
Very optimistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe remove the Oozes then for more card draw. He doesn't have any consistent board clears, I don't think. You
have Libram of Justice in this.
You have the Libram of Justice, but if they make a very wide board, what are you going to do about that? You don't have
the brand doing?
The brand... We are discounting our Librams even more.
Yeah, you're discounting your Librams, but even so,
Is there much of a difference between a 3 mana Libram and a 2 mana one? Like,
I don't think so.
Like, okay, so the dream, we get a brand off of an Eldror Truth Seeker, so instead of potential of 6, it's an 8. So 3 mana Libram as opposed to a 1 mana Libram.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think that's worth. The Justice will cost. Well, Libram of Justice will still cost 0, right?
Yeah, you're really only doing it for Libram of Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the combo here would be either Bran Liadrin or Bran Linessa. But even as a 10 mana combo, is it really worth it?
Maybe with Linessa it could be worth it, but not with Liadrin, I don't think.
Yeah, but you're just making a big girl.
Yeah, but if they don't have anything to consistently clear it, unless they're running single target removal that's consistent, which granted a lot of classes have.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, right now, Quest Mage just freezes it.
Yeah.
Warlock just plagues it.
Quest Mage is faster. Like, Quest Mage single-handedly pushes mid-range out of the meta, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous how strong that deck is.
Yeah,
Like,
if mid range can't deal with Quest Mage, then the deck can't exist.
yeah. Like, I feel like Quest Mage is the main thing holding back all the mid range decks. Like for Reno Priest, you can always tech in like stuff like albatrosses or bomb wrenches or I think Beneath the Grounds was the other one for Rogue.
Yep.
Yeah.
But those are
Beneath the
the
Grounds
like
is
you got
good.
options against Reno Priest. Against Quest Mage, it's like kill them or die. Turn 6. Like it feels so bad playing against Quest Mage with
Yeah.
any sort of mid range.
Now the real fun Reno Priest counter is I forgot the name of the card that swaps hero powers for a turn.
Oh yeah, Grizzled Wizard.
Yeah, Grizzled
Finley.
Wizard with Finley. That'll do the trick. The
All right.
ultimate Reno Priest counter. So, there's one other deck that we wanted to look at from this matchup, and that's MTG Squirrel's Reno deck. He brought Reno Galakron Rogue. There's a special catch with this. It's a Hemet deck with Togwaggle and Azalina.
Togwaggle and Azalina.
Yeah, this is
This
like
is fascinating.
true spice.
Yeah,
He also has a
Reno.
bunch of techs in here as well. He's got the Grizzled Wizard, Sir Finley combo that we were just discussing to counter Reno Priest.
Yeah.
I feel
Galakron
like this is
Rogue.
optimistic.
Uh,
I mean, it's something.
You're right. It is something.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, he didn't win with it. He might have won with it, but he didn't win the match.
I would have to ask Volkai to find out, but this will catch you off guard.
Yeah, definitely. This is a shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't see this coming.
Like, I'm
I
not
feel
sure
like-
you prep against this.
You play anything
yeah,
and hope
right.
they win. And that's a fairly good chance. Because if they draw like Azalina Togwaggle before they draw their Galakron, you win.
Well, they don't have to go all in on the Togwaggle Azalina combo. We have Shadow Jeweler Hanar and Zephyrus in there as well as Reno. So, and High Spire and Togwaggle. So there's other ways this deck can win before then. Like even
I
in
feel
standard,
like-
when you hit Galakron, a fully upgraded one, if you play it, you usually win within that turn or two. It's entirely possible that you can do the same with this deck.
I don't know. I feel like just be a better deck without Togwaggle Azalina and replacing it with like another combo
Yeah, but where's the
like
fun in that?
like Malagos.
Where's the innovation?
I mean, there is innovation in the fact that it would be a Reno Malagos.
Playing Rogue,
Oh,
that's
really?
innovation enough, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, please bring Rogue. We're not going to stop you from bringing Rogue.
Yeah, keep innovating.
Viewers, you hear
Who
that?
knows?
This is like a tier 1 deck. Please start playing it on ladder and bring it in THL.
Oh, God.
I mean, who knows? I might be innovating currently.
Please do.
All right.
Ooh.
Would you guys
Sorry.
like to move on to the Green Conference?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
All right. First up, we have You Sunk My Battleship versus Nuke the Waygate.
Mom, would you like to cover this?
Sure. So, Bill Snyder, he's been destroying. He's gotten a full 5-0.
He's living Craig's dream.
He is indeed living Craig of Canada's dream. Arhat, I've caught Arhat on stream a few times. He's definitely a good player. He's very analytical about everything, and I think that's a good attribute to have. A2 Battleship lost to Medusas. But besides that, it was just a clean win. I believe that so Silver T Fox they got the 2 wins. So that definitely made it closer for Hat. I believe Hat was talking about it earlier. How it was the last match might have been a little close.
They usually are 2-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deciding factor, no one's gonna take their time there. It's always going to be down to the wire.
Yeah, that's just always a coin flip. So.
Yeah, I mean this was a tough match. This was
Two very good teams.
yep, two very good teams, and I think when we were picking this, I mean everybody picked Bill Snyder, but it was divided between Hat and Celebrity Fox. So it was this is a tough match to pick.
Yeah. Could have gone either way.
Yeah, really could have.
Yeah. I do want to point out, Nuke has really been exceeding our expectations from the beginning of the season.
Yeah, definitely.
Next week they'll just get crushed, so they'll be back to a normal.
Gee, I wonder who they're playing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at the next one.
Yeah, NHL, would you like to take this?
Yeah. This is actually my team. F2L Viridian versus the Biters. So, SRL, he had a pretty rough time getting swept 0-3 against Based. Well played, Based. Based has been on a roll, 4-1 in Wild. I know she didn't play too much Wild, but her tournament experience is really showing well. She's been doing really well prepping, and it's really paying off. So, well done. The match between Itachi and number 3 was super close. It was back and forth. There were no reverse sweeps or anything, I don't believe. But Itachi was able to pull through with the win. I think he was slightly favored when we looked at lineups. It was very close. It's interesting to see the double priest ban as well.
Yeah, that's usually not something you see.
No, not at all.
That's very true.
You usually see double mage ban, but neither of you brought mage, or only one of you brought mage.
Yeah, what's really weird is that Itachi brought quest mage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, very unusual.
Huh.
I think number 3 was hoping that since they had a mostly... Oh, no, they didn't bring a mostly aggro lineup. They only had 2 aggro decks. The other 2 decks were Reno Priest and Mechathune Warlock, so I'm a bit confused about that ban, but that might have costed them the match then. Just kidding, it didn't. You were going to lose to Itachi anyway. Not biased. Haha. Okay. But really, do consider, Quest Mage is banned very often for a reason, and it's something you should always look into when you're up against it. So, and then final match was me versus Nine Eyebrows. Nine Eyebrows brought a really, really unique lineup. When I was prepping, I expected Warrior and Priest. I thought either they were going to bring either Reno Priest or Big Priest, and either Odd Warrior or Pirate Warrior. Neither of those were true.
Rip.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was half right with the Warrior, or a quarter right, really. Except the Warrior list was very different. He brought Bomb Warrior.
Oh, big brain.
Yeah, this is a big brain deck right here.
Yeah, those are bombs.
I was actually just playing this deck on ladder. Not this exact same deck, but a deck very similar.
Yeah, it's a really strange deck in how it's well positioned in the meta, but it's incredibly precarious to play right now. You have the anti-aggro skipper package, which is insane against most aggro decks. And then the win condition of bombs, which is really the best thing Warrior has right now in Wild, given all the Reno decks.
Yeah.
He played this twice against me. The first match was against a certain deck. We can look at it right now, actually. My Togwaggle deck that we talked about. I brought this week. I was hoping that it was going to face Reno Priest or Big Priest or even Odd Warrior, but that didn't happen. It was fine. The thing was, when you have Togwaggle versus Bomb Warrior has 2 choices. They can either go all in on the bombs and pray that you draw them before you combo, or you can hold the bombs and hope that Togwaggle switches decks so that you can dump all the bombs in their deck. And when you do that, you usually want to draw a lot because you want to get all your cards, prepare to throw all the bombs in, and then call it a day. Problem is, Togwaggle doesn't always have to combo and switch decks. Just getting on board is often enough. And that's what I ended up doing. He drew through his entire deck. And then I just played Azalina. And because it's Druid, all you do is you armor up, and then not even bombs can kill you. So unfortunately, Nine Eyebrows was kind of screwed in that matchup. It was very unfortunate. He also brought Big Shaman, which was interesting, but we'll talk about Big Shaman a bit more later.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, because that's a super interesting deck. Back to the Bomb Warrior, though. It was super unfortunate because he ended up losing an odd Demon Hunter with it, and that really came down to the fact that he couldn't draw a Risky Skipper in time. Like, this deck is heavily reliant on Risky Skipper, and while it is great, like, you can body aggro with it, but you need to draw it. So,
Yeah.
super unfortunate. Well done to them, though. Like, well played. It would have been much closer had he had that Skipper, but, look at the draw sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, should we move on to the next one, then?
Yeah. Memnarch, would you like to cover your match?
Of course.
All right, we have Power Creeps versus Patches Payback.
All right, so I think we went into this thinking we were going to win. I think you guys all said we were going to 3-0 them, right?
Well,
I
did
picked
3-0
against you, Memnarch.
Yeah. So my games versus Dirty Mike, I think he countered something that I didn't bring, and that's explained what happened there. Like his Bird Priest, his Warlock, and I banned his Quest Mage obviously, but in his Hunter deck, I think we're all trying to target my Warrior that I've been bringing, and I just decided not to bring it. Instead, I brought all combo lineup. And my all combo lineup kind of destroyed him.
Yeah, you brought a unique combo deck, too. You want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is you're not gonna see this on ladder anytime soon. Trust me on this.
Yeah, this is
a Shutterwalk Shaman from years past. So when I was thinking about how to best approach this matchup, I noticed that he was really liked control decks, and I just figured I should go heavy into anti-control since he has this favor towards control. So I just started thinking, okay, what's the single best cards against control? And I was thinking Exodia Paladin, because they need to win a 1/6 on a rat in order to win, and that's very unreliable. And you can't Geist it. That's another big thing. For the Shaman, you have to rat the Shutterwalk, because you can rebuy and then kill it, because you can basically rebuy everything in this list. Like the Grumble, all the minions you can just replay, and then you have Zola to rebuy it, and you have a Grumble. This is a very hard deck to disrupt because of the many ways to replicate the battle cries. And I brought Quest Mage too, and that's just Quest Mage just murders control. It's not close. No amount of control can beat Quest Mage. And Reno Priest was my last one. I think Dirty Mike low rolled a bit on his Priest against Shaman, because he birded me, had everything. Then I realized he was out of AoE and out of removal, and I just dropped a Walking Fountain, and my crusade, I'm going to call this a crusade to the face, began. And Walking Fountain must have done 60 damage just to his dome.
Yeah, that's just super
insane.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was just drawing dead. I had the scheme, I had the volcanoes for if he ever got on board or had in his off. But before he drew his Anduin and his off, he drew at least the Search for the Golden Monkey and the Golden Monkey, so he was kind of forced to go all in on that.
Yeah, that really sucks.
Yeah. That was a real low roll in the game one, and then Exodia Paladin versus Bird Priest. Exodia wins every time.
Yeah, I do have to ask. You're running Torrents in this Shutterwalk list. How do you feel about Torrent in any sort of control shaman right now?
I really like Torrent. It's a 1 mana deal 8. I replaced Hex with it. Like Hex, 4-mana Hex is better than 4-mana Torrent, but 1-mana Torrent is better than 4-mana Hex. That's the way I thought about it. And if you're against an aggro deck, you can run Serpent Shrine Portals then. And Portal on 3 means you can Torrent on 4.
That's very true.
That's how I thought about it. And I looked at like the 4-mana spell slots and realized it was just Hex. And then like the 3 spell, and Torrent's my 4 spell, and then Volcano Hagathos King is my 5-mana spell. So like there's no interference between overloads.
Yeah, that's a very good way of looking at it. So
that was the main deciding factor on why I brought Torrent above because I wanted to fit. Main reason I brought Torrent is because I wanted to bring Serpent Shrine Portal as well. Like that card's just good.
Sense. Yeah, 3
Makes
mana,
sense.
deal
Yeah.
3 on a body, basically. Can't complain. All right, we have one more match.
Yeah, I'll take this one.
All right, we have. Oh wait, it's not in here. That's weird. 1 second. Let me just add it real quick. Sorry about that.
Oh my god.
I know. Small indie company.
Yeah.
Woe is me. All right.
I mean,
Move back. There we go.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario versus Micro Squad.
Okay. Worst case scenario versus Micro Squad. So we have the first match, Mentalistic versus Elusive Script. So from what we understand, this is just from what we've been told, Elusive Script never responded to Mentalistic. Is that correct?
That's what I was told.
Yeah. So the match just didn't get played, and yeah, it's just up in the air. It's just, I don't know.
I mean that's a DQ win for Mentalistic then, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is,
I think
but I
so.
guess he hasn't actually filed for it, or I don't know.
He's new. He probably doesn't realize that's the case.
Yeah, I don't know. Robot Chicken Rules winning 3-2 over Tiflet. With Hunter Mage Shaman Warlock with a Priest Ban. And Snake Fods breaking that 0-4 to get that win with a Druid ban, interestingly enough, over Nifola, winning 3-2. I picked Snake Fods to win this week. I knew that he couldn't possibly go 0-5. It just didn't seem possible. But it's interesting to see this is two teams, SCO and Agent PWE were both captains of these teams. They're both no pros here, guys. So that's interesting to see.
Yeah, it's a fun little rivalry right there.
Yeah, it is. And yeah. So this was not the worst case scenario this week because they did win.
I see what you did there.
Hey. But yeah, they won without even getting the DQ. So it's actually a full sweep.
Yeah.
But yeah, this brought them up in the power rankings. So, and speaking of power rankings,
Yeah.
I also see what you did there.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
First up, we have the Brown Conference. Gonna be Rich at the top, followed by Born to Be Wild. Oh wait, this is a weird screenshot. Ignore that. Okay, Born to Be Wild. Coming up next, then Wild THL Fanatics, followed by At Least We Have Chicken, Waygate to Hell, Explosive Sheep at 6th, Detroit versus Everybody at 7th, and Sea of Cheese at 8th.
Yeah, I mean, I believe Gonna Be Rich beat, what was it? I can't even remember now because I don't have it in front of me. I know Explosive Sheep beat Detroit versus Everybody, so Explosive Sheep took its swap spots at Detroit versus Everybody. At Least We Have Chicken beat Waygate to Hell, so we swapped spots. And Wild THL Fanatics and Born to Be Wild, I believe. The Wild THL Fanatics beat Born to Be Wild, so they swapped spots. So we just kind of had, 3 sections of swamp spotting, with Gonna Be Rich staying at the top. Obviously they play the CHGs, and the 1 and the 8 just kind of, just stayed where they are. But yeah, it looks confusing, but it's not as confusing as it is.
Yeah, I'll just update it right now for people to see the final result.
Kind of like this one though.
It's a piece of art.
Should be
Modern art.
Please update. Please update. Twitch, please.
No, Twitch. Oh,
Yeah.
did it.
Beautiful. There we go.
There we go.
All right.
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Ooh,
So
Electric
like I
Sheep
said,
City rating. Thank you for that.
just a couple of switches. Born to be Wild, Wild THL Fanatics, Wild THL Fanatics. Lucio Chicken, Wicked to Hell Switch, Explosive Sheep, and Detroit for every switch.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very clean. Do you guys want to do predictions for Brown Conference now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. First up, Gonna Be Rich versus Waygate to Hell.
Would our guests like to start? Usually what we do is we predict each player. You don't have to predict the score, but you go through and you predict who's going to win player by player.
Okay.
So
this is gonna be pretty fast on my end. I honestly think it's gonna be a full sweep for Gonna Be Rich. So
All right.
Blase, the word, Beryllium, all win.
Okay. Sounds
All right.
good. Memnar?
The only one that I'm kind of
Oh,
iffy
go
on
ahead.
is Shia. Shia might win against the word.
She
Yeah.
might
That-
win. Alright.
Yeah, other than that, I feel like it'd be a safe bet on Blase and Beryllium to win.
Okay. All right.
Hmm.
Memnar?
So, well, I don't remember. So I think Blase is going to beat Reverb easy. Like, not close, especially since he's in chat right now. So I'm just calling it out right now. Shadow and Cena definitely has the advantage over the word. Like, I played him a lot, and he's always at around. He's pretty high up there. The word is pretty good. Like, Shia definitely has his own like skill that he has. The 1-0 record is not indicative of his skill. He'd probably be a 4-1 as well with the word if he plays since the beginning. Then Beryllium versus Nightwing, I have to give this one to Beryllium. Mainly because he's a very solid player. And Nightwing has yet to prove himself in THL. So in a tournament setting, I'd definitely say Beryllium has the advantage. Oh yeah, no, anytime Reverb, I'm here for you.
All right. NHL?
All right. I think Gonna Be Rich is gonna have a challenge this week.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna come down to Beryllium versus Nightwing. I think Blase is gonna take it. And I think Shia Wasina is also going to take their match. I think Shia is way too good to be taking a loss already. If I play Gallic Warrior, do I go 3-0? Memnarch, I think that's a question for you.
That's a tough question. I mean, if your opponent knows, then no. But if your opponent doesn't know and you get away with it, then yeah. Like, so, all that matters is Blase is listening to this. If he does, he has the clear advantage because he will beat you with and you'll not go 3-0 Gallic Warrior.
I do think he listens, so...
That is a true question. I don't think he does, so you think you're safe. You will go 3-0 Gallic Warrior, even though you can only play one game with it. I don't care if it's possible or not. I believe.
I mean, he can play 3 games with it, but...
That is true. You can.
You play with...
You can.
You play with Garrosh, then you play with Magni, and then you play with Deathwing. 3 different heroes.
True. Those are 3 different heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Works.
fine. There you go, 3-0. Anyways,
there you go.
So I think Blase is going to be very difficult for Reverb. I'm going to give it to Blase. I think Shia will take it over the word, and I think Brilliant.
Blase's in chat. He wins.
Oh
Sorry,
no! Oh no!
Reverb, just give up now. He'll save us all time.
Yeah. Uh, hmm. This last matchup, though, I don't know. I really want to say Beryllium because he's always bringing something new and unique. I know
Yeah, that's why I
Nightwing
said.
is really hungry for that
That's why.
first win.
That's why I said tournament lineup. I'll favor Beryllium. Like, he just seems really good in tournament settings. Like, I don't know what it is, but like he's like I'm not sure what his ladder is, but he seems to be way better. Like setting up for tournaments, like thinking through his lineup and playing his opponent based on his lineup rather than like like Nightwing. I'm not like some players just bring the four best decks their favorite, like they like the most, and some players try to tailor to their opponent or what they brought. And I think Beryllium has a really good sense of both. He knows how to play the decks and he knows how to tailor those decks to the opponent. So that's why I give him the advantage.
Yeah, all right. Guess we'll give it to Beryllium then.
Yeah.
So we'll go 2-1. Gonna be rich.
All right. I think I'm gonna pick. This is tough. I'm gonna pick Shia. I think Shia is really tough. The word is 4-1 though. I'm really impressed with the word. But I'm gonna give it to Shia. Reverb, I know you're in chat, and Blase is 4-1 too. This is so tough. I'm gonna give it to Blase, and I'm gonna give it to Beryllium. So I think we all kind of went the same. Yeah, I think.
I think Mom went with the full gonna be rich sweep actually.
Yeah. I mean, Gonna Be Rich is our number one team.
Yeah,
So
they are the team to beat in Braun right now.
yeah.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Tell you what, Waygate to Hell. If you do it, we will put you at the top of the power rankings this week.
There you go.
But you have to full sweep. If you full sweep, we will put you number 1. No questions
Absolutely.
asked.
Waygate to Hell has had a really hard time. I mean, they got 2 subs.
Well,
You
they're
know?
2 new players. Like, they swapped their players out. Shia and Nightwing are on there full time now.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what I mean. They've had 2 new players. Like they had to change their whole roster pretty much. Not their whole roster. Reverb has been there the whole time, but it's just tough. It's tough. Not having transition. It's not easy. So, but yeah, all right. Let's want to move on to the next one.
Yeah. Wild THL Fanatics versus At Least We Have Chicken.
All right. I'll start this one because this is my team. Wow, this is tough. So it's me and Mike Lowe.
Battle of the
Mike Lowe.
Mics.
Yeah, no, Battle of the Mics. Mike Lowe and I played in Legacy, and he won 3-2. And I'm gonna pick myself this time because I am so hungry for this win, this revenge win. I need it. So I'm gonna pick myself. Dr. Bombed against Shadow Ranger. I hate picking against Shadow Ranger 2 weeks in a row, but Dr. Bombed is a beast. And he just beat 4-0 Craig of Canada. And Shadow Ranger seems to win when I pick against him. So I'm going to pick Dr. Bombed. And Electric Sheep City and Raw Mexico are both coming off of losses. I'm going to pick Raw Mexico again because I just feel like 1-4 is an insane record for him. He's such a good player, and I just feel like he can pull it out. I feel like he's such a strong player, and he just needs some lineup adjustments, and he can pull it out. So, yeah, I got faith in him. But I also Electric Sheep City is an amazing player too. They've been having a great season, and last week they had a tough matchup. And I could easily see them winning. This is a really tough week for us. This is like make or break because we pulled out 2 wins in a row, but we're on the verge right now. If we lose here, we really don't have much more. We're gonna sink back into the bottom half of the conference, and That's it. So, yeah. Um, NHL, would you like to go?
Yeah, sure. Um, man, I'm gonna go with Mike winning. I think that's a safe bet.
Bold
Hey.
strategy.
Yeah, but man, all right. I like getting on people's nerves, so I'm gonna say Mike Lowe just to bother
That's
my
okay. Doesn't
co-host
bother me.
just a little bit. It's okay. I like being proven wrong though, so please prove me wrong. Um,
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to Shadow Ranger. I think he's finally finding his stride in Wild. I know he had a rough start at first, but things are coming together. And I
Yeah.
think Electric Sheep City is gonna bring a different lineup, possibly, and do some damage. So I'm gonna
All
go
right.
2-1 Wild THL Fanatics.
All right. So, guess it's my turn then.
Yeah.
All right. So, Doctor Bomb versus Shower Ranger. Oh man, I remember playing both these guys in Jets League. I remember playing Doc. I think Doctor Bomb has the advantage, so I'm gonna go with him.
All right.
Mike Lowe versus Mike V. I played Mike Lowe before, but I've never played Mike V. Hmm. So Mike Lowe's got the higher record too. I think I have to go with Mike Lowe.
All
Just
right.
to, yeah. I don't doubt that Mike V can win this, but like as it stands, you're gonna have to pull something out of your hat. Uh, like
I'm not worried.
you're not worried, all right? And then Ron Mexico and Electric Sheep City. Like Ron Mexico was part of the champions, right? He was in standard.
I think so. Mike, can you confirm?
Yeah,
What did you say? Say that again.
part of the championship team in standard from last season.
From Mexico? Which conference or which series?
I forgot, but I'm pretty sure they won something.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Ron Mexico was like cross conference all star, something like that.
okay, it's just that like that doesn't seem to be translating to Wild. I'm not sure if it's like he's not familiar with the meta, or doesn't have like all the lists up to snuff or something. But Electric Sheep City is definitely a Wild player, and he knows the ins and outs. So I'm gonna have to go with him. Like I'm predicting a 3-0 sweep for Wild THL Fanatics.
All right.
Okay. Is that everyone?
No, that is not
Oh, I'm
everyone.
so sorry.
It's all right. So I feel like Doctor Bombed versus Shadow Ranger. I feel like Doctor Bombed is gonna win, and in the match between the Mikes, I feel like Mike Lowe's gotta win. I've played against Mike V and Mike Lowe, but um, I don't know. I feel like the record just helps Mike Lowe. More experience, not more experience necessarily, but I've played against both of them, and I just feel like Mike Lowe is. No offense, Mike. I just feel like he's gonna win this.
It's all good.
Um, and then I feel like it's gonna be Electric Sheep City against Ron Mexico. I feel like Sheep is gonna win. So two sweeps in a row.
All right.
All right. All right. You guys want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, we have Born to Be Wild versus Explosive Sheep.
All right. Um, how about memnarch? You start this one.
All right, so I think that Born to Be Wild's gonna take this. Craig Canada's out for blood. He wants he wants at least 5 wins so he can almost live the 5-0 record. So I think I'm going to give him the edge over Neji Boston. Like Neji has been very clutch for the team. Like 4-1 record, that's really good. Craig has also been very clutch too with a 4-1 record of his own. And for the other two, I definitely say Night Wolf and Danny Jones are going to beat Bitbeaker and Volkai. Like, those two are very in tune with Wild and are very solid players and seem to. Well, Nate Wolf's definitely figured out this tournament format. and Danny Donuts is definitely gonna. He was in the Wild Open multiple times, so I believe he is just. I'm not sure if it's just a bad luck or a bad spell, but I usually think of him as one of the better of the players, or used to be one of the better players when he was playing.
Yeah,
Craig mentioned Danny's been
definitely.
having a ton of bad luck, and he's probably
Yeah.
the best player on that team right now.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm predicting a 3-0 for Born to Be Wild.
All right.
All right.
Mom, you want to go?
Yeah. So just from stats on Craig and Neji, I feel like, seeing as I don't know much about Craig or Neji Boston, I feel like, just for the clutch factor, Neji's gonna take it, and then Nate Wolf and Danny Donuts are gonna take it for Born to Be Wild for the rest.
All right.
So it'll be a 2-0 Born to Be Wild. I mean 2-1, not 2-0.
Gotcha. NHL?
All right. I'm gonna say Neji Boston takes it, but only because I want to bother Craig. I feel
Oh,
like he's
you
gonna
know,
tune in, and I want Craig to know you're not getting those 5 wins just yet. You gotta work harder for it. So, but I do think Nate Wolf and Danny Donuts are gonna take it over Bitbreaker and Volkai, respectively. I think they're still having a hard time finding their footing, really. And I don't think Danny Donuts is a 2-4 player.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
All right. So I'm gonna pick Craig of Canada. I don't think he's gonna win. I don't think he's gonna lose 2 weeks in a row. I'm gonna pick Danny Donuts. I don't think he's gonna lose 2 weeks in a row. But I'm gonna pick Bitbeaker because I just don't feel like
spicy.
everything works out as a sweep. And Nate Wolf, he's been hot and cold, and Bitbeaker's due for a win. So I just I don't think every match works out as a sweep. So I'm gonna throw one to Bitbeaker. Give him a little luck.
All right.
So all right, let's move on to the next one.
We have Detroit versus everybody versus Sea of Cheese.
All right.
now this is
Mom, would you like to start this one?
Yeah. So I feel like Sage is gonna take it over Duin. I feel like just knowing Sage and what he does generally is definitely going to help him. Um, I can't divulge the information because that's not gonna help the opponent. Um, but with me versus Matt at Arms, I'm gonna have to go with me, but only by a little bit. Seeing as I don't know Matt at Arms too well, but he does have a 2-3 streak. While I do have a 0-2 streak, um, I'm I feel like the last match that I did was a rude awakening for me, and I'm gonna try to come back and do well. And then Siege versus MTG Squirrel. I feel like MTG Squirrel's gonna take out over Siege.
All right. NHL.
And I look at this and I see, I feel like at least one of these matches is going to be a battle of the memes. Like, I know Siege likes to mess around a bit. I know MTG Squirrel likes to mess around a bit. I can see them bringing some really weird decks. And I know Matt at Arms did the same last week, so it's entirely possible that he does it this week too. So, but, I want to give this to Duin. Or no, I'm going to give this to Sage, actually. Because eventually, someone's got to counter Duin, right?
Right.
So,
he might not bring the same lineup though.
we
Like
say that every week. Every week he brings the same lineup.
this happened to me in Call of the Wild, or this happened to someone, not me, but someone else. Like someone brought the same deck at least 7 weeks in a row. Then on the 8th week, he changed it and completely got him. Like it was the greatest debate I've ever seen. Like
You never know.
you never know.
Yeah, I know Duin was playing his his Reno Hunter list on ladder today, so I'm not expecting too many changes personally. Sage, you heard it here first. You know what doing is bringing. Um, Mom versus Man at Arms. I think Mom, you've learned a bit. I know you got some advice from Blase Blase last week, which is great. And I think you could get your first win this week.
Hey.
And
Nice.
Glad you have that confidence in me.
MTG Squirrel versus Siege. Siege really likes his memes, but I think he likes them too much. I'm gonna go with MTG Squirrel.
Ooh. All right.
All right. I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go with Doin. I think I said this before, but I think Doin can bring the same decks and still win. Although Sage is a strong player, so this will be a really tight match. I think this is gonna be the tightest match in this matchup. I'm gonna go with Man at Arms. Man at Arms is a very strong player. I have faith in you, Mom, but I think you're gonna have a tough time with Man at Arms.
It's all right.
And
I don't have faith in you, son. It's all right. I picked the other Mike to beat you, so it's all right. I get it.
it has nothing to do with that.
No. I'm messing with you. I get it. I
Oh,
get it.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Sorry.
just
I'm sorry that
yeah.
my sarcasm didn't come across as sarcastic. I
Oh,
guess.
okay. No, it's all good, man.
Your big mistake,
Um,
Mom, was disenchanting Golden Gruel, so we're all gonna vote.
yeah. I
We're all gonna
mean,
vote
Yeah,
if you
your
you're
had the
way.
right.
Golden Gruel, then
Yeah.
I can't imagine not
Oh
having a
man.
golden girl. That's like not having golden millhouse. Like, what are you
yeah,
even
for
doing?
real. And I'm gonna go with MTG Scroll. I think I picked Siege like 2 weeks in a row, and I just, I don't know. Of course, this is the week I'm not going to pick Siege, and then he's going to win. So I'm just going to pick MTG Squirrel this week. I always pick against MTG Squirrel, I think. I don't remember, but I'm going to pick MTG Squirrel this week. All right, Memnarch?
All right, so I'm definitely saying that unless Doohan changes his lineup, he's going to lose. So he's not going to change his lineup. So Sage is going to win. It's that easy, I think. So Mad Arms versus NXT23. All right. I think like he has only been in here for 2 games. Like after like the third game is when to a new format, like third series of a tournament, you're actually starting to gain the gist of it. Like start learning the ins and outs, queue order, and whatnot. So I think that he can definitely take this. Like just could very easily lose to Mad Arms, but I think we give him a shot. Like Mom here is pretty good, and I think this week will show it. So I'm going to go with just the Mom here. MTG Squirrel and Siege. Let's. I think that Siege takes this if MT's feet like Squirrel's going down the rabbit hole, so to speak. He's going too far with the memes. Like there was a point to turn back and he crossed it, so he can't even see that point anymore. Like, I think Siege takes this.
Siege gonna get that win with his odds right.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's everything in the Brown Conference. Let's move on to the Green Conference then.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. First up, we have the power rankings, which I know are right this time. Something I mentioned, I forgot to show this before. This is our record from last week. So Mike has 42 of 72 correct matches, 14 of 24 correct series. Memnarch decided to take Craig's predictions last week. So Memnarch and I are both tied at 39 of 72 correct matches and 16 of 24 correct series.
It was a lot of work on my part, but I figured like some some stances were bold, but they had to be taken, right?
And now we have the power rankings.
Yeah, so not a lot changed here. Worst case scenario is the biggest change. Power creeps, nuke the Waygate switch. The microscope went down. Yeah, I mean, there's really not too much change at all. this is not like a lot of big news. You know, um, don't have a lot to say about this. How about you guys?
Power creeps are finally on the way up.
Yeah.
You guys are the villains now.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. I mean, the villains we always knew you would be.
Finally found the stride. Like
Yeah.
last week, I think proved it. Like we finally hit our stride. Like
Yeah. Really creeping up the power rankings.
yeah. Hey.
There it is. So.
I feel like worst case scenario is nowhere near as what their name would suggest anymore.
I mean,
they were in 7 last time. They've gone up 2. They're not like they could go back down, but I feel like they're getting the momentum up, so they're doing good.
like from what I thought that they would at least be higher than this. Like I played against all 3 of them, like Mentalistic, Robot Chicken, and Snake Fots. And yeah, I think this is more accurate because like they're all really good. Like,
Yeah. For what it's worth, I talked to Mentalistic about this, and they're just having fun with it. Not really trying too hard. So keep that in mind. They're very capable players when it comes to actually wanting to play. But they might not be giving it their all here. So. On to the predictions.
Okay.
First up, You Sunk My Battleship versus Micro Squad.
Mom, you want to take this?
Yeah. I feel like Bill Snyder's gonna continue his reign. He's gonna continue his reign, and he's gonna go and win this one. Our Hat versus Tiflet. I feel like it's gonna end up being a close one, but Our Hat's probably gonna pull it out. A2 Battleship versus Nefola. I feel like Battleship's gonna win this one as well. So full sweep for Battleship.
All right. Memnar?
All right. So I think it's also going to be a full sweep for You Sunk My Battleship. Like nothing against Micro Squad, but they're playing against the best players in the league. So, or the best team in the league, I should say. And they're definitely gonna bring their A game. They want to finish the first seed, and it's gonna be really rough for Micro Squad. Like I have faith that they'll definitely pull out somewhat. Like some, there might be an upset, but overall, it's definitely it's definitely here. If they want to get back in the rankings and get to playoffs, they'll have to start here, and that's like if they can beat You Sunk My Battleship, and that's insane. They'll probably be a 4th overall if they do it. Yeah, because the points are really close in Green Conference.
Yeah, no, this would be a huge move for them if they won.
Yeah, this is the week. Like I know that 4 teams are within like 5 points of each other.
Yeah.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah, we're all really close.
Yeah.
Tightly packed.
Yeah. All right. NHL?
Okay. I think You Sunk My Battleship is going to take this too. I feel bad going for the full sweep, but I like a full sweep here. I don't think Battleship is going to falter just yet. I think Micro Squad is better than their power ranking suggests, but it's rough. Sometimes you have bad weeks. I don't think it's going to get much better this week. So.
All right. So I'm going to pick Bill Snyder. I can't pick Elusive Script since they didn't even show up for their match last week. I'm going to pick Ridiculous Hat because he's been on a hot streak, and picking against him has been a mistake of mine. But I'm going to pick Nefola because he's been on kind of a cold streak, and I think Nefola might be able to pull this one out. So that's just how I'm thinking now. So yeah, let's move on to the next one.
All right, next up we have Nuke the Waygate versus Power Creeps.
Memnarch, you want to start this one?
I mean, I'm never gonna vote against my team. So 3-0 Power Creeps.
Wow,
Okay.
bold.
NHL?
I feel like I need to bring balance to this podcast. So let's go 3-0 Nuke the Waygate.
All right. Mom?
I feel like Memnarch's going to take it over Atomos, but other than that, it's going to go to Nuke with Silver T and Medusa's winning over ARH and Pasca.
Okay. I think I'm going to pick Memnarch and Jack, and then I'm going to pick Medusa's. I think that's just how it's been going. So I think that's how Medusa's picked up a good win last week. Memnarch and Jack have been on good streaks. But I love Pasco. He's a great guy. But Medusa's been on a good streak, so I'm going to go with Medusa's. So, yeah. All right. That was quick and easy. Let's move on to the next one.
We have F2 Viridian versus Worst Case Scenario.
NHL, how about you take this one? It's your team.
Oh, man. Well, I know Snake Fods finally got their first win, but I don't want to give them another one, unfortunately. So I'm going to go for myself. I think SRL can prepare for Mentalistic pretty well. And I think Itachi will take it over Robot Chicken Rules. So, not to be like Memnarch, but can't go against my team. Full sweep.
All right. Memnarch?
All right, so I mean, I think that worst case scenario definitely hit its stride. Like they're finally performing. So Mentalistic, I hate voting against Mentalistic, like in Snake Fods. Like I can see. So I think that Itachi is probably going to beat Robot Chicken Lows. SRL is going to have a really hard time against Mentalistic. So Mentalistic, and I think Mentalist is probably going to win. Truth be told, because he's always he's an extremely solid player. Like I just don't see him going like anything less than 50% this season. He has to win the rest of his games to do that. So he's probably going to do that. And in Snake Boss against my co-host here, I think you're going to win this one. Like Snake Boss is definitely not realized or has been playing pretty easy lineup or predictable lineup, I should say. Not easy. So I think if you do your homework, you probably are going to win this. And I don't think he's ever going to change from full aggro.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I do want to point out, she has dropped in and said they're going to full sweep 100%. I'm looking forward to that. I want to see a sweep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to pick Robot Chicken Rules over Itachi. I'm going to pick Mentalistic. And I'm going to pick NHL. So that's where I'm going. How about Mom?
I feel like Itachi's going to win over Robot Chicken. SRL is going to lose to Mentalistic, and NHL is going to win over Snake Fods.
Okay.
All right. How about the next one?
Okay, last up we have the Biters versus Patches Payback.
Oof.
I think Biters are going to take this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, Based is, like, Jerry or Dirty Mike definitely learned a lot from my match because, like, he tried to win before the match started, and I didn't bring the deck he countered. So he's probably not going to try that for that again. And Based also has that mentality where you try to win before the match starts. So they're probably going to try to target each other. So we're going to get we're going to get this like very targeted lineups, and they're probably going to whiff on the targets. So it's going to be this like heavy tech lineups with all the wrong tech going up against each other. Like, and I think Based has the advantage in that. So I'm going to say Based wins this. And Number Theory and Nine Eyebrow should beat Jerry Damage and Lefty. Nothing against them, but I don't know how like Pasca and Jack did. Jack just said he wrecked them, and so did Pasca. So like And I actually haven't played the biters yet. They're the final round for next week for us.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah.
All right.
And I just think that number theory made top 32 in Psalm's tournament, right?
Yeah.
I
So did
believe
Nine Eyebrows.
so, yeah.
Yeah, so 9 eyebrows. So they're definitely very solid players if they can get the top 32 in that tournament. So yeah, they're definitely. So I think a full sweep for the biters.
Yeah. Note for patches. Nine Eyebrows likes his Pirate Warrior. Hint, hint.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm going to go full sleep for the biters, too. Sorry, Lefty. I'm just going to get in here before it goes all through full sweep. So, yeah, Pat's Payback has 2 wins on the entire team. We're counting the matches. We're counting our correct matches here, and I love you, Lefty, but yeah, I'm gonna go full sweep with the biters. Mom, how do you feel?
I feel like it's almost guaranteed to be a full sweep for the biters. Like a good 95% certain, like it's going to be a sweep for the biters. No offense to anyone on patches, but I don't know, just based number theory and Nine Eyebrows, they all seem really good.
Yeah. All right, NHL.
Yeah. I'm also gonna go full sweep biters. I think Lefty is still having a hard time finding his footing in Wild, unfortunately. And I think Jerry has a lot on his mind other than Hearthstone right now, which is affecting his play. Can't really fault either of them. It's a difficult format. It's a lot of prep, and it's nothing like standard at all. Like, there's just so much more in the meta that you have to prepare for.
God,
It's much more
the
difficult.
prep is like absurd. Like I can't really get into details of exposing my team's play strategy, but like we're just basically it's like I wouldn't say like a random like it's not random, but like it feels like it a lot of the time.
Yeah,
like,
just spin the wheel, and that's what you'll bring.
like yeah.
Like, there's so many different kinds of lineups and decks that you can bring. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the prep that goes into that, you just don't see that in standard, really, I feel. So, and I think that really affects patches like standing right now. So I'm gonna give it full sweep to the biters.
Okay. I think that was our last matchup. So
I think so.
let me move on to the deck of the week, right?
Yeah. This week we have Big Shaman. We discussed it a bit earlier. We mentioned it was an up and comer in the meta.
All right, in the big family.
In the
this
big
deck,
family.
This deck is I'm not sure if it's harder to play than Big Priest. It's definitely easier than Q Block. That's for sure. But like this is like the exact opposite of Big Priest, where like instead of rezzing your ancestral, what's it called? The ancestral spiriting. So it's like the exact opposite of resurrect because you're keeping the minion alive instead of bringing it back when it's dead. So it's like weaker to clears and whatnot, but this feels like Big Priest a lot. Like I don't know how else to describe it other than like shaman version of Big Priest. That doesn't get messed up. The res effects aren't you can't really mess with the res pool because there isn't run. Like I don't understand this deck. I don't want to. Like all I know is I keep getting ancestral called and they get you Sarge and the thing pulls patches for me. Like I just don't like it. This is like one of those things where I take the cross and like put it between me and it, and
right.
Defend off this wizardry.
Yeah. I mean I've played Big Shaman in standard. I haven't played the wild version myself because I just don't have all the cards at right this second. But
I actually have a golden Colossus of the Moon, golden Yasarge. Like
do you?
I could play this deck tricked out. Like
I don't have Colossus.
Oh, you're just showing off now.
Yeah. Oh man, do you want me to show off my I played so much I have so much dust. I just craft all my legendary golden if I need them.
You want to show
Oh
off?
my
Bring an
God.
all golden lineup next week.
I am 3 cards off from Golden Reno Priest.
What a shame.
Wow.
I just haven't bothered
Yeah.
because I
Free
still
to
have
play,
hope.
by the way.
I still have hope.
Yeah, right. Free to play.
I still have hope that Blizzard will make the upgrade system so you can upgrade a regular card to a golden card. So I'm holding out for that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, this specifically is Hisho's list. He's the only one that's really refined it. Originally, this started in China, but the few lists out there, the main one in China that came out that some people brought was running Fist of Rodin, and as fun as it is to fist your opponent,
Hey.
I don't think it's that great. I don't think any of us feel it's that great to get a free legendary off of Fist. It's just too slow, and legendaries are not as busted as they used to be. It's not just a pile of stats. So we started on this list. There aren't really many techs to be made. I don't feel. Maybe you could squeeze in a Wind Fury. I know Nine Eyebrows brought a list similar to this and squeezed in Wind Fury, and that kind of really did numbers in the Priest Shaman matchup that we had.
I feel so risky.
It was,
Like-
but it really paid off because he had Yasiraj turn 4 into Colossus of the Moon, and he Ancestors called by Zephyrus. So
Oh, all right. So I think I know how that game ended then.
Yeah.
Wind Fury did a lot of damage. 2 mana, deal 10. By the way, the other option is I think it's Reincarnation. 2 mana to destroy a minion, then restore it to full health. There's quite a few synergies here. You can use it on your Walking Fountain to get 2 more attacks. You can use it on Colossus of the Moon to reset the Reborn, or just make another 10 attack minion with Divine Shield. You can use it on Scrapyard Colossus for an extra 7/7,
right.
or just in general to heal your minions. So,
Huh. Yeah.
yeah, the only reason why we didn't really show any flex spots is because, again, this is like super early in development. There's.
I mean, what flex spots would there even be? Like, this looks pretty set in stone. Like, maybe you want Hex?
You could add Hex, supposedly. You might, I don't know, maybe you decide to cut a Maelstrom portal.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Maelstrom isn't hitting too much. I don't know, it's close.
Yeah. I have
Yeah.
to play the deck in order to figure out the tech spots. Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough. We'll see. But we do expect it to be, like, up and coming in the meta as much as Memnarch hates it.
I don't like a lot of
Yeah.
things, so, like,
Yeah.
don't take it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it's seeing some success in THL already.
Oh, I've seen it on ladder, and I think Concerned Mom was playing it, and my Galakrond Warrior just got there because he was unlucky, and I think it was mainly because he was unlucky. Like, it never feels like you're a master of your own fate with this. Like, I hope I hit the Walking Fountain of Eureka.
Concerned Mom
Or-
just loves his big decks, though.
Yes, he does.
Man,
Dude, he raged at me, but it was like in jest.
that's great.
Call me lucky, among other things.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're looking for something to just wreck aggro with, this is it.
Yeah. This is it, guys.
So,
All right. So I think that does it for our deck of the week, and I think that's our show.
yeah.
So I want to say thank you to memnarch and NHL NJ Fan for being my co-host as always. Thank you for all the work you put into the show, and thank you to justamom for being our guest. I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no problem. I honestly appreciate the invitation that you sent me for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anytime. And you're welcome back. And I want to say thank you to all the viewers. You know, you guys make the show happen. So, yeah, everybody have a great